Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I've got four new field watches to show you today. Two are kind of a reboot of an existing design. One has some added functionality, and the fourth one is just a totally new color. So they're all based off of what is a very popular field watch design, the ISL 40, 41, 42, and 43. So redid them again. As I said, some changes. You'll check them out. You're going to love them. I am wearing, this is kind of like my custom built, this is an ISL 39, but I went for a smooth bezel and a different bracelet. This was like, again, one of those fitment check watches, and it worked, so I kept it that way because I kind of dig it. And so I'm back to the Accutron 2020 Space View. And when I did the video on this, I had said I wasn't sure what happens after 10 days because I had not worn it for 10 days. So this happens to be over 10 days that I've worn it, and sure enough, after 10 days, all the hands stop. It is not keeping time in the background. So once you start it up again, you have to start moving it. It does start running, but the time does not correct itself. So if you don't wear it for 10 days, it shuts down. Not really digging that. Who knew? Anyway, let's check out the new fields. Okay, so here we go. Four kind of new field watches. Two are rehashes, one's added functionality, and one's a new color. So we'll go into all of them, but I'm gonna start with this guy. This is a new Islander. So the ISL 40 was the white dial with just a date. This guy now has been changed to new part number, ISL 129, and it is a day and date feature at the 6 o'clock. I am calling it date, D-A-Y hyphen T. I would not dare to call it anything else. So let's go over it really quick. So it is 39 millimeters in diameter, 12 thick to a flat AR sapphire crystal, 48.5 millimeters on the lug tip to lug tip dimension. Exhibition case back, screw down. You can see the NH36 movement in action. It is a 20 millimeter lug, and it is a strap that's held on all of these with quick release pins. So you just take your finger and you pop those out if you do not like the strap, or if you want just the functionality to change it. If you do buy another strap, though, I would recommend picking up a set of 20 millimeter long spring pins, as these are kind of embedded in the strap. You really don't want to have to keep kind of wedging them in and out. You got to get that little knob under the material, blah, 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 blah. So it's like a canvas strap, leather backed. Okay, 20 millimeter, it's done in this khaki color, reinforcement on the stitching, and of course the buckle is signed with a logo. NH36 movement, 40 hours, power reserve roughly, hand winds, hacks, screw down crown, 100 meters of water resistance. Beautiful brushed finished case, brushed crown, logo on the crown, of course. Unscrew it, pull it out to set the time, and then one click, one direction will do the date, the other direction will do the day. Now, let's talk a little bit about price. $199. If I forget to tell the price on the other guys, these are $199. The DLCs, the black ones, are $229. Let's talk about this date feature. So, as far as I knew, prior to about a month ago, I pretty much thought I was the only person that was going to have a day date in this kind of orientation. I was on a run a few months back. I had it in my brain. I'm like, we can reprint the day wheel to say whatever we want in whatever orientation we want. Why not move the aperture down to the 6? And instead of trying to squeeze in Wednesday in small font, which you probably could, just kind of look weird, we'll just go through the abbreviations. And I was so thrilled. Talked to my fact. He said, Mark, that's a wonderful idea. I can't believe no one's ever done this before, blah, blah, blah. And then sure enough, literally a couple weeks ago, I see the Notice Sector pilot that's got a day date. I'm not plugging their product, but it was just kind of funny that they did the day date at 6 also. Maybe other brands have in the past. I've just never come across it. Truly, I had this idea to do this. It's kind of like Newton and Leibniz discovering calculus at the same time in different parts of the world. If you're a math brain, you'll get that one. So It's an NH36, so you'll just watch when we change the time, there's only one language on the day wheel because of the way it has to flip. So let's go through this, go up to PM. So there goes the date as usual, boink, and then here goes the day. So there's no second language, so your intermediate click, instead of being another language, is in between days. So from roughly 1 to about 3, you get an unreadable date wheel. And probably not a problem for most people, but there you go. Let's see. I really love the way it came out, so I'm calling it the DAY-T because of the day, and then date. You can read it twice, and then the date aperture is in the shape of a T-shirt, Mr. T, whatever you want T to be. 70 grams is the weight. I think that's it. Let's get into old red eyes here. So I wanted to do something a little bit shocking. Seiko did that SNKM 99 kind of small edition or small release watch. I wanted to do that kind of similar color red. So I did it like this. It's white hands, very legible, no date. So as I've mentioned in some of my prior videos, due to the shortage of NH movements due to pandemic, I started using NH38s. They're a little bit more expensive, but you get there's no date position, so that's kind of pretty cool. And let's see, it's a red dial, it's white hand, super luminova, beautiful black strap, and then it's got this red stitching to kind of pop and pull in the color of the dial. Oops. Logoed. Screw it back down. It just looks really nice, right? It's kind of a fun color, not usually something, oh, it's got those same quick release pins. It's not something you normally see, I would say, in a field watch, this red color. It's not a bright, vibrant red. It's a little more subdued, but I think it kind of looks pretty nice. Okay, so that's that guy. Now, let's go to the ones that I'm kind of really psyched about. I'm going to, I set the times to look nice, and then they kind of change on me as time goes on. So this was the old ISL 82. ISL 82 did not get much of a facelift. The only change on the ISL 82 is the strap has yellow stitching on it. I went with, as you can see, I went with these accents. I really feel like the accents pull the whole thing together. So the ISL 82 had a yellow second hand, yellow automatic. It is the same watch you just saw, same dimension, same everything. It's just done in DLC PVD. DLC is a process. PVD is a process, DLC is a material. So it's a sandblasted case, and then it's plated. So the back is kept steel because it rubs against your skin all the time, and then the case itself is done in PVD DLC. Very high resistant to wear plating, so it should maintain its look for a very long time. C3 Super Lume again. We'll do Lume at the end, of course, but I don't know. This guy looks the business. I really like it. Looks nice. Okay, and then the last one we'll look at, ISL 83. This one was really popular when it came out. Sold out within a matter of about a month or so. So I redid it. Now, little changes here. The older ISL 83, by the way, I'm not changing the part numbers on these two. ISL 82 and 83 remain. The second hand was black, and the strap was different. So I'm now going with orange seconds hand to match the orange accent automatic writing. This is a full Lume dial, in case you didn't know, and you'll see that when the lights go out. And then black strap, orange stitching, short skirt, long jacket. Whoops. Matching DLC buckle, of course. And there it is from the back. Okay, so let's do some Lume. I guess we'll do all of them. I'll do the other three first, and then this guy. So as you can see, the white dial, the date on the right, the numbers are not Lume because they're black. So, but very easy to tell the time, and you can see that the 12 o'clock marker is a rectangle, and you have triangles, 12 o'clock marker at 12, 3, 6, and 9. And then the red dial and the black dial DLC have the full Arabics done. Same triangles and rectangles around the outside, very easy to read. But now let's look at old Lume. Yikes. It looks really good, doesn't it? Now, it glows, right? It glows really well. Look at that. Ooh, that's crazy. Really, really, really glows. So we're going to try on the red one for the wrist shot. I do have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. above the bone and below at 48.5 on the lug tip to lug tip. It does wear quite comfortable. The strap is stiff, I will admit, on these, but I like the way they look. They take a little while to break in, but once they do, they're fine. But of course, you have those easy, quick release spring pins. If you want to change it, there I am on the strap. Third hole in on my 6 3/4. Plenty of room to grow in the plus direction. And that'll do it. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you some new and some old redone Islander field watches. The new date feature, DLCs with some hot new colors, and a pretty cool and interesting, I'm very interested to see how this guy sells, red dial field watch. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions or comments, put them down below, and I will be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.